For every content creator who survived the internet's attempt to destroy them, there's another who never recovered. Some came back stronger, while others disappeared into complete obscurity. My name is Cylogic, and this is content creators who survived cancel culture versus those who didn't. Starting with EDP445, who was once known as one of YouTube's funniest and most explosive personalities, until his rise to fame took a seriously dark turn. Before his downfall, EDP was a Philadelphia Eagles superfan who built a massive following through his larger-than-life rants and controversial humor. Clips of his outrageous takes spread everywhere, making him one of the most recognizable names in YouTube comedy at the time.
Would you guys consider jacking off to be a sport? I don't know about you, but I consider that shit to be a sport, okay?
However, by 2021, his career would collapse in one of the most infamous incidents in internet history. On April 18th of that year, EDP was caught in a predator sting operation after attempting to meet up with someone he believed was a 13-year-old girl. When confronted, he gave the now infamous excuse.
Go ahead. Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, nothing that was going to be involved, because I'm not like that.
The sting exposed inappropriate messages and videos he had sent, and the fallout was immediate. Both his main channel and his second channel were terminated, wiping out years of work and millions of subscribers. Almost overnight, one of YouTube's loudest personalities was gone. In the days that followed, EDP tried to save face by uploading an apology video, claiming he wanted to take full responsibility for his actions. Some fans initially thought he seemed sincere, but the illusion didn't last. 2 years later, he was caught once again, this time by popular YouTuber Gideon, who confronted him with a new set of allegations. At that point, whatever support he had left completely evaporated. Fans turned against him, and YouTube made sure he couldn't return to the platform. As Penguin Zero famously put it,
"The only two certainties in this world are death and EDP looking for cupcakes."
Today, EDP is reduced to posting on obscure hosting sites, desperately trying to rebuild the following he once had. But the damage has already been done. What began as one of YouTube's most promising comedy careers has ended as one of its darkest cautionary tales. While EDP445 couldn't survive his scandal, Marlon's story looked just as dark. Until he managed to clear his name, Marlon had been blowing up fast on Twitch, collaborating with some of the biggest streamers in the world and pulling massive numbers. But his rise nearly ended before it truly began when old clips surfaced of him making disturbing jokes about underage kids.
What?
Small, fat, young, old.
On top of that, his ex-girlfriend came forward with screenshots claiming he sold pictures for money, lied about being homeless, and even created a fake image for his fans.
But this is Marlon, and I made sure that this was taken down because I was so worried for him. I helped him always have this fake image. I've helped him have this fake image also with you guys. He's lying to you guys. This is not a screenshot that's mine. This is a screenshot that somebody posted on a page called LPSG, and I made sure this was taken down to keep up his fake image. You guys that he was homeless, he lived with my mom, he lived with me. I was the one, försörja.
What made things worse was that Marlon's own brother backed up parts of her story, telling viewers that Marlon wasn't being honest about his past.
Why did you never help him when he was homeless, bro? People don't understand this is all games. Like, y'all actually think he was homeless. Come on, bro.
The internet turned on him almost overnight. On Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, his name became taboo, with former collaborators refusing to even say it on stream. From the outside, it looked like his career was finished. But instead of disappearing, Marlon went live to address everything. In his stream, he admitted the old clips were real and didn't try to excuse them. He told viewers plainly,
"You have all the right in the world. Everybody in this world have all the right in the world to say that was weird. The quote-unquote jokes I said, that's not nothing to joke about. It is not. And I will never joke, quote-unquote, again of any of that stuff ever again, ever. And I haven't been since then. Now, that's not an excuse."
He explained that early in his career, he tried to go viral by saying the most shocking things possible, believing controversy would make him blow up. But he made it clear that he no longer stood by any of it, taking full accountability and apologizing directly to his audience. As for the other allegations, he pushed back, saying he never cheated, never lied about his faith, and that the homeless in New York story was true, even if people close to him tried to paint it as fake. On the accusations of selling pictures, he admitted he had sent harmless flexing photos for money when he was broke, but denied anything more explicit. Most importantly, he kept his response focused on accountability and growth. He told viewers,
"So again, last thing I want to say about the clips is I apologize, not okay. It's not the type of person I am. It was horrible sayings, there's no excuse for it, it's just bad."
What looked like a career-ending moment turned into a turning point. big-name streamers privately reached out to him with support. His fan base, the M3 community, rallied behind him, and instead of collapsing under the weight of cancel culture, he came out stronger. For Marlon, the controversy became proof that taking full responsibility, being transparent, and refusing to vanish gave him a second chance. Unlike EDP-445, who doubled down and lost everything, Marlon owned up to his mistakes and rebuilt trust with his audience, clearing his name when it mattered most. Next is Dr. Disrespect, whose downfall may go down as one of the biggest in streaming history. Back in 2017, Doc shocked his audience with a rare break from character. Live on stream, he admitted to being unfaithful to his wife.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid, and I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful. And I'm probably going to be taking some time away. I'm going to take time off to focus on my family, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I apologize to you guys, and Slick Daddy, I apologize to you guys, my sponsors, and Twitch. This is not who I am. It's not what I represent, and that's it.
A confession that many thought would be his career's biggest stain. But 3 years later, something much worse happened. In June of 2020, Dr. Disrespect was permanently banned from Twitch. No explanation was given, leaving fans and the internet to spiral into conspiracy theories. The ban was so sudden and the silence so total that it became one of the most infamous mysteries in streaming history. For 4 years, nobody knew why. During that time, Doc rebuilt on YouTube, attracting millions of subscribers and reclaiming his place as one of gaming's most watched figures. He insisted he had no idea why Twitch banned him, and his community largely believed him. But in June 2024, the truth finally came out. A former Twitch employee revealed that Doc had been banned for messaging a minor through Twitch's Whisper feature back in 2017. At first, people were skeptical, but just days later, Dr. Disrespect himself confirmed the story, admitting that yes, he had exchanged inappropriate messages with a minor. The backlash was immediate. Fellow streamers, fans, and creators like Penguin Zero and some ordinary gamers called the behavior inexcusable. Things only got worse when a trans woman came forward claiming she had also been involved with Doc at the time, adding infidelity on top of the inappropriate messages. The consequences hit fast. His own gaming studio, Midnight Society, cut ties with him. YouTube removed him from their partner program, and his channel began hemorrhaging subscribers, over 50,000 lost in days. Doc tried to soften the damage by apologizing, calling the conversations casual and mutual, but admitting they leaned too far into being inappropriate. He stressed that nothing illegal happened, that he never met the individual, and that he would own his mistake. But when he edited his statement multiple times, even removing and re-adding the word minor, the internet saw it as proof he was downplaying what really happened. Once one of the most respected and untouchable figures in streaming, Dr. Disrespect is now viewed as untrustworthy, unfaithful, and unsafe. Whether he ever returns to the top seems unclear, but one thing is certain, his reputation will never be the same. While Dr. Disrespect's scandal sent his career into freefall, Logan Paul faced a controversy just as public and damaging, but somehow managed to turn it into one of the greatest redemption arcs in YouTube history. Logan Paul was already one of YouTube's most polarizing figures in 2017, known for his loud, obnoxious content and endless ego. But on December 31st of that year, he uploaded the video that nearly destroyed him forever, the infamous Japan Forest vlog. During a trip to the Aokigahara Forest, a location already infamous as the Suicide Forest, Logan and his crew came across the body of a recently deceased man, and instead of shutting off the cameras, Logan filmed the scene, cracked inappropriate jokes, and uploaded it to millions of fans. Within 24 hours, the video had over 6 million views, and the backlash was unlike anything YouTube had ever seen. News outlets, celebrities, politicians, everyone was calling for Logan to be banned permanently. The pressure forced him to release the now infamous So Sorry apology video.
I want to apologize to anyone who's seen the video. I want to apologize to anyone who has been affected or touched by mental illness or depression but most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim.
The video itself went viral, but it didn't help. Logan's reputation was in ruins. His channel was demonetized, sponsors dropped him, and the internet declared his career dead. But instead of disappearing like so many other canceled creators, Logan slowly rebuilt himself. After taking time off, he returned with a mix of humility and confidence, even jokingly signing a petition calling for his own channel to be deleted. That shift in attitude, combined with a genuine effort to change, marked the start of his comeback. He began working with suicide prevention organizations, pledging $1 million in donations. Then, almost by accident, Logan stumbled into the thing that would redefine him: boxing. His rivalry with KSY became one of the most watched events in YouTube history. The fight forced Logan to mature, train seriously, and present himself to a broader, older audience. And it worked. People who once hated him began to respect him. But Logan's true redemption came through Impulsive. His podcast launched in 2018. Sitting down with high-profile guests, Logan no longer played the obnoxious villain. He listened, asked questions, and showed a side of himself the world hadn't seen before. Slowly, the internet's perception shifted. By 2020, Logan himself reflected on the transformation. Back in the day, the idea was just flex, show people how great I am, be a cocky, arrogant prick. But now, I can move with grace and humility. Somehow, the man once seen as the most hated YouTuber had reinvented himself into one of its most respected. And that reinvention reached a new level when he partnered with KSI, his former boxing rival, to launch Prime Hydration. What started as a surprising collaboration between two enemies quickly grew into one of the fastest-selling drinks in the world, stocked in supermarkets globally, and even becoming the official sports drink of the UFC. For Logan, Prime wasn't just a business success, it was symbolic. The same rivalry that once made him the face of YouTube controversy now made him the face of one of the biggest creator-led brands ever. And while the scars of the Japan incident will never fully disappear, Logan Paul proved that with enough persistence, reinvention, and business savvy, even the most canceled creator can rise again. Not just as a YouTuber, but as a global entrepreneur. Next is Ice Poseidon, who once looked like he could reinvent streaming forever, but instead became a cautionary tale of how doubling down on chaos can end a career. In the early 2010s, Ice Poseidon rose to fame on Twitch as one of the first chaotic IRL streamers. His live content was unpredictable, unfiltered, and constantly interrupted by his toxic fanbase, who frequently swatted him during broadcasts.
Everybody, this is actually not what you think it was. They're actually stream snipers and they wanted to say hi.
For a while, the danger only fueled his reputation as streaming's wildest personality. But in April 2017, everything came crashing down after a false report claimed he was carrying an explosive on a plane.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Of course.
Grab that.
Twitch issued him a permanent ban. Most thought this was the end, but Ice tried to reinvent himself on YouTube. Instead of cleaning up his act, though, he leaned further into controversy. In 2022, he launched a crypto project called CXCoin, only to be exposed by CoffeeZilla for scamming his own followers out of nearly $500,000. When asked to return the money, Ice's response destroyed whatever trust he had left.
Yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But I'm gonna look out for myself and not do that. I don't know what else to say. That's just the most honest answer.
The scandal enraged fans, but with no legal consequences, Ice carried on. He resurfaced on Kick, streaming marathon subathons around the world, and sparking even more controversy. From a heated altercation with fellow streamer Vex in Japan, to getting arrested in Thailand for a disrespectful stunt at a hotel, it seemed every comeback attempt only dragged his reputation further down. And early in 2025, Ice once again made headlines for all the wrong reasons, this time encouraging Japanese women to mock the Yakuza on stream.
They're all gay.
Gay.
Gay Yakuza.
Gay Yakuza.
At this point, Ice Poseidon's career looks less like a redemption arc and more like a countdown. Each scandal chips away at what's left of his following. And while he's managed to avoid complete obscurity, it's clear he's only a few more controversies away from fading for good. While Ice Poseidon kept spiraling deeper into scandal, Kai Cenat nearly saw his own rise derailed at the very start of 2023. On January 5th, influencer Jovi Payne, known online as Jovialicious, publicly alleged she was assaulted at Kai's New Year's Eve party. In a viral Twitter thread, she shared texts with Kai that many interpreted as him trying to protect his friend Jiggy, the man accused of the assault. Kai's silence in those early days only fueled speculation. Screenshots showed him shocked but hesitant to give out details, telling Jovi he was getting info, while his legal team advised him not to respond further. For critics, that hesitation looked like deflection. 3 days later, Kai went live for 25 minutes to address the situation. He explained that as soon as he heard the accusation, he went straight to his lawyers and the police. And that was why he had stayed quiet. He He stressed that he did not condone assault under any circumstances, showed sympathy for Jovi, and insisted he was not defending anybody. He also revealed that Jiggy was a longtime friend from high school, but that he had stepped back from both sides while the investigation continued.
I'm not defending nobody because, bro, the way she was crying to me on that phone, bro, I'm here to help. So, as the one in between all this shit, I took a step back. I said, yo, Kai, there's two sides of the stories now, Kai. Who you want to handle it with? The police, okay?
The reaction was mixed. Some viewers believed his approach, staying neutral, moving everything to the police, was the responsible thing to do. Others felt that even his measured words came across as a soft defense of his friend. And when Jiggy himself later tried to post a short video clip claiming the encounter was consensual, it only reignited debate, with most commentators saying the footage proved nothing and that the case belonged in court. For Kai, the pressure of near cancellation was real, a viral allegation, critics calling for accountability, and millions of eyes watching his every move. But unlike Ice Poseidon, whose scandals only dragged him down further, Kai managed to weather the storm. By staying professional, cooperating with authorities, and avoiding internet theatrics, he kept his career alive, though the shadow of the case reminded everyone just how fragile a creator's empire can be.